our opening song, we're going to sing the song, I Love Myself So Much. And Bruce, there's some choreography with this that I've seen you do in the past. Would you be willing to come forward? I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. Let's get these high voices. I love myself so much, yeah, that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. Come on. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. All right, we got a higher part. I love myself so much, that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. Come on, sing it. I love. Come on, one more time. I love myself so much, that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me.
Good morning. Welcome to the Center of Spiritual Living in Tucson. My name is Morgana. For those joining us online, welcome whenever you watch, wherever you watch, and join in. And for everyone here, please put those phones in airplane mode or turn them off. Thank you. Now, let's take a few moments to breathe in together. We've had some beautiful music to get us started. Let's get grounded in this space. We are here, we are now, and it is right. Because wherever we are in sacred space. We're all a unique expression of the divine source, the one life that is God's life. That life is perfect, that life is our life. If you are setting an intention to experience a happier life, better health, more abundant living, you are in the right place. Please know that wherever you are on your journey and your spiritual path, you are welcome here. So let's see, is there anyone here new here for the first time, second time, third time, willing to indicate? Hi, greetings, welcome. Welcome, thank you for coming and joining us. We're so happy you've chosen to be here with us today, and if you have any questions after the service, please find anyone wearing a tag, find our own reverend, one of our practitioners, one of the board members. We'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Okay, so I'm going to give you just a couple announcements. Most of these you're going to find in your bulletins, so I don't need to read word for word. You all know how to read. Okay, so I'm going to hit us up with things that are happening right now. Obviously, the first thing, potluck today, please stay after. Nobody wants to take home leftovers, right? We feed the soul and the belly. Next, the Evolving Heart is a healing and navigating loss grief support group. It is taking a short break because our Reverend is going to host a class, Grief Unraveled, Saturday, August 16th from 3 to 5. More information available at the welcome table just outside the sanctuary. Also, that same date, busy lady, she's going to have a membership class at 6. And again, more information out on that welcome table. Again, you'll find the rest in your bulletins, online on the newsletter, and anybody with a badge can certainly help you find out more information. There's a lot more coming. Please check those announcements. Now, let's take a moment and just say hello to our friends, compatriots, and the online world.
Good morning. I'm Sharon Whaley. I'm one of your practitioners, and I also serve on your board of trustees. And I am here this morning to lead us in our mission statement. Like it says, a spiritual alternative. It's our mission statement. So our mission as the Center for Spiritual Living Tucson, we are an inclusive, vibrant, yes, join me. I'll start from the beginning. How's that? Center for Spiritual Living Tucson is an inclusive, vibrant, spiritual community focusing on personal expression through our beliefs, principles, and practices of the science of mind.
And I'm Ruth Starwell. I'm a licensed practitioner as well, and here to lead, along with Sharon, the lighting of the flames of faith. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all who are as yet unaware of the power of presence of spirit within their lives. We hold space for them and for all those religions unnamed in this ceremony. Lastly, as the healing candle is lit, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to experience the healing flame of God's eternal love. And now we move in the time of silent meditation, allowing the chimes to bring us in and out of 3 minutes of silence. And I invite you in a moment of prayer, knowing the power and the presence of the divine love is right here, right now, each and every one of us. That we are safe and we are loved in this presence of community as we connect together in this healing space, in this thriving and enlivened space of community. And knowing that divine love is the higher truth, the only truth. We are invited that anywhere that we see an appearance of lack of love, it is a call to action. And first and foremost, it is a call to prayer. For prayer then guides. And so I'm grateful for this opportunity of connecting together in knowing the truth of love, the truth of divine presence, the truth of that very essence of being, that it's each and every one of us, all peoples, all sentient beings. And I'm grateful for the practice of carrying that love forward and touching the hearts of others, that they may be blessed as we are blessed. And with gratitude and thanksgiving, I allow that to be our guiding word, and so it is.
I see skies of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. You know this one, sing along. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babes cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know, and I think to myself, yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
That's lovely. So the reading today is from Richer Living. I believe it was Plato who said that God is love, truth, and beauty. It has always seemed wonderful to me that one of the world's greatest thinkers should have included beauty as a necessary part of the divine nature. How evident this beauty is everywhere we look. How wonderful is the landscape, the sunset, or the color of the desert at dawn. How beautiful is the daffodil in its sweet simplicity. And what majestic beauty and strength in the mountain and the wave. Everything is rooted in beauty. Beauty is harmony and right proportion. It is symmetry. I'll say that again. It is symmetry. It is symmetry and charm and grace and loveliness. Surely we should identify ourselves with this terrific beauty that pours its warmth and color over everything and seems to be at the very root of our being. I will read our affirmation and then invite you to say it along with me. I make myself receptive to the idea of love. I become lovable. To the degree that I embody love, I am love. And along with me. I make myself receptive to the idea of love. I become lovable. To the degree that I embody love, I am love.
Thank you, Ruth. I mean, I said skies of green. I don't think that got past many of you. So the cemetery of symmetry is also a beautiful statement. All right, here we go. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Girls have picked them, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young girls gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young girls gone? Taken husbands, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young men gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young men gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young men gone? Gone for soldiers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all the graveyards gone? Covered with flowers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever
Yes. I think that key was just perfect. It was absolutely great. Huh? It was what? It was all the keys. Yes, it is. So good morning. Good morning, good morning. I'd like to have you say something with me this morning before we get started. So I'm going to say it and then I'd like you to repeat it. I am home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love. And so it is. Yes, thank you for that. So this morning, yes, where have all the flowers gone? Where have all they gone? You know, when I was a kid, which was so long ago, in the dark ages there, I can remember sitting on my bed a lot. And I had a guitar, and I used to play it. Well, I still do, but back then, it was one of those things that was what I did. I came home from school, did my studies, played the guitar, picked up either Peter, Paul, and Mary, John Denver, the Moody Blues, you know, that genre. And that's where I was. And it's been fun with this whole summer series because a lot of it for me has been nostalgia, and not just the metaphysical meaning of these songs during the 1960s. And I didn't realize how deep they were. And the messages, I knew there were messages, hidden messages within these songs, but they're loving, caring, passionate messages. So we ask, where have all the flowers gone? And we look at this through the metaphysical lens, specifically through, the science of mind principles today. And to ask where they have gone really isn't a lament to loss. This is really to embark on a profound theological inquiry. Yes. Where have all the flowers gone? For those of us steeped in metaphysical traditions, which we have been, I didn't have a choice. I was born into a very metaphysical family. So that's truly all I've known. But I've known other faith traditions through my friends and other things that have happened in my life, which has enriched my life greatly. But I have been steeped in a metaphysical tradition my entire life. And so this isn't a question of absence, but one of transformation, of the ever-unfolding nature of spirit, or we can call it God, whatever the God of your understanding is. It is seeing the sacred, not just in what remains, but in what appears to vanish. So let's remember what the first verse said. It says, where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. This resonates deeply with the understanding of impermanence, a core metaphysical truth. Yes, everything changes, everything shifts. This we know to be true. It has to happen. Can you imagine things just saying the same over and over? It's like, I'll use this as an example. I have a couple of dogs, Ralphie and Ambrose, and every day they eat the same thing over and over. They don't want anything else. And I think, how boring, but they're happy. But in our humanity, we go, oh no, you're not going to give me that same thing, different day. I have to have something different. I want a different experience. So nothing is static. That vibrant, that blossom, that beautiful, vibrant blossom of a flower is so full of life and color that it embodies a specific expression of the divine. Have you ever looked at some of the beautiful flowers that we have? Like the paradise, the birds of paradise. Well, your version of birds of paradise from California, it's different. It looks more stocky and it looks like a bird. Yes. Out here, you're a little bit more fluffy. So, but it's beautiful. I love it. But have you ever just looked at that simple bush and look at the sunset that it is producing? It is what it is, a divine expression that is dynamic and can never be fixed. But it's not the beauty that disappears. It simply takes a new form when, things die off. I've said this a few times, I love roses. But the one thing about roses is you have to constantly deadhead them. Geraniums are the same way. You have to, take off the dead so that the new life can begin. And from the science of mind perspective, the universal subject mind is in what we work with is actually our fertile ground of creation. And it is constantly bringing forth new experience for us. And I can say, yes, sometimes we're like, you can back down on the new experiences. But it's like, okay, time out. But I ask the question, what would our lives be if we didn't have constantly being thrown into something or something new, approaching us, asking us to shift or change? And yes, we get, we put our heels in the sand and we go, no, I'm not, or the ground, I'm not moving. I like my rock the way it is. I've decorated it very nicely. I've made a home and I'm sitting here forever. I'm okay. But the power that be, the spirit says, no, you need to go redecorate something else. And so what happens is it gives us things to think about, things to motivate us. The flowers that we're talking about are not lost, to avoid, but rather recede into the unmanifested. And what they do is they hold the potential for future unfoldment. Yes. When we look at plants, and yes, they might be dying or whatever, but we know there is a blossom. Now, I have one exception. The orchid plant? Those beautiful orchids that we buy in the grocery store and we're so happy to have, and they're so, so pretty, and then all of a sudden the blossoms fall off and then it's just a stick. And we're sort of like, okay, is it going to bloom again? We get lots of leaves, but, how is it going to blossom? How is it going to bloom again? And that's where our patience comes in. So as the song continues, it says, where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. And what that tells us is it's a symbolic event of growth and change. Sure, you can't really, where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. You're thinking, well, how do you get growth and change out of that? These young girls aren't lost, but have matured and blossomed into women or mothers or grandmothers or wherever they want to be. And that goes for each and every one of us in our humanity. We continue to grow and change and shift, and things aren't the same, as we know. This speaks to the evolution of consciousness. Each stage of life is a new manifestation of our inherent spiritual nature. We don't lose who we were. We integrate it into who we are becoming. Many of us think we do, that we lose who we are, that somehow as we get through the maturity process, we've lost things. Oh yeah, we have. I will agree. We've misplaced some things along the way. All of a sudden we say, you know what? I'm going to put this on the shelf right now. And I'll take it down someday. And I'm going to scoop this up and put that over there too, because I just don't have time, or maybe I've outgrown it. Have you? Have you really outgrown it? Or is there something about whatever you put on your shelves that maybe you've decided that you don't want to deal with right now? So you've said, I'm just going to put it right here and thinking it'll disappear. But it's interesting. Life has this way of bringing it to our attention in some interesting way. And then we say, oh yeah, I remember that. I think of so many things that I have put on my shelf. I have put music. I have at one point put education. I have put so much on a shelf. And I think, why and how did what did I do? And how do I recover from that? How do I recover all those things that I have put on a shelf? And I think, all right, I can do this. I can do it again, somehow, some way. So where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the things I wanted to create in my life? Long time passing. The Peter, Paul, and Mary were very instrumental in bringing to our attention, the different things, in life. What is going on and what is, happening. And so, okay. Are you okay? He just noticed that my notes went blank. He did. Is it ready? Yes, okay. I do. Okay, I'm good. Thank you. Okay, a little pause. So I love what's happening this morning because we've had some really interesting things going on, and it just keeps going. And I'm thinking, okay, Spirit, if you're done playing with us, it's okay. You can take a rest now. But, it's wonderful. And thank you, Michael. And so instead, of all these things that are living and dying in our life, it represents a cycle of life, death, and rebirth. That's what spirituality is. When we think about, what we go through in the cycle of life, it's continually going on all the time. Breathing into something new while the old is going away, and we re-emerge renewed. One of the stories I love to tell is about the butterfly. And it seems Mariposa is very popular here in Arizona. And the story goes, we're all caterpillars. We're all looking at life and gathering things and being fat and happy. And then all of a sudden, one day, we look at our lives and we say, what am I doing? What's going on here? Is there more? What is my purpose? We have all those different questions. And then we have a meltdown. We do. But before we have our meltdown, we cocoon. We create ourselves a safe harbor where nobody can touch us, where nobody can get to us. And even if we have friends and family, we're still holding them at bay, saying, go away right now. I don't want to deal with you or life, or, it's nothing against you, just that I can't deal with it right now. So we cocoon. And as I said, we have a meltdown. And that is really, truly where our transformation begins. When we have that meltdown, we are in a process of all kinds of things going on. And we're thinking about life and our future and trying to predict the future. And why did I do this and regret that? And there's so much. So what happens is it all creates even more chaos because we feel we have, lost control along the way. But eventually what happens is we return to the quiet place within our minds. And then we wait. And then we wait upon the divine within to take hold, and we sit in the quiet for a long time. And then we break through and we allow our wings to dry, and we fly. It's when we allow the quiet to then give birth to our new ideas and our new existence. Everything supports us. One thing I want us all to trust and know is we must place the God of our understanding first in our lives. It is recommended that we all have a spiritual practice that maybe 5 minutes a day, it's like you make a cup of tea and you sit and watch the birds or whatever, but yet you're sitting in the quiet and you're in that divine silence, listening to whatever's going on. You are in that divine energy. You know, and that divine energy creates all things and continues, and actually it will forever. So you can't run and hide. That is what we must trust and allow us to show the way to our highest good. In the science of mind, what will always be is consciousness persists. The individual, it's the individual expression that has this transition from the physical plane, but it is the essence, the soul, it's eternal. You know, their going is a return to the one, and again to the source, which is God. It is a re-emerging with the infinite field of pure potential from which new forms and experiences will inevitably emerge. But we have to trust. You know, science of mind, in how we believe and what we receive and we know and we accept, is that it's a testament to knowing the omnipotence and the omnipresence of spirit, which underlines all existence, whether manifest or unmanifest. So let's finally ask that last question. Where have all the graveyards gone? Covered with flowers, everyone. I don't know how many of you have driven by some of the graveyards around here, but it's amazing. During some holidays, they're just absolutely covered. It's just beautiful. You know, and what it does is it brings us full circle. This isn't just about poetic irony. It's a profound metaphysical declaration of renewal and continuous creation. The very ground that held the appearance of an ending now teems with new life. It's a visible manifestation of the principle that life is eternal, and that from every seeming ending, a new beginning is born. Buddha said all conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. And in Romans 12:2, it says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. It's good, pleasing, and perfect will." Yes. So many beautiful things like that have been written for us. You know, it's truly a powerful affirmation that the divine flow is ceaseless, always expressing, always becoming. It has to. The flowers return, not necessarily the same ones, but new ones, new different ones. And what they prove is that the creative impulse of the universe is inexhaustible. So where have all the flowers gone? If we ask, then we have not understood the nature of reality. They haven't gone in the sense of being absent. They have simply transformed, transmuted, and are preparing their next divine expression. Somewhat like us. They are in essence resting in the fertile darkness of the universal mind. And they are waiting. They're not dead. That what's happening is they're awaiting their next glorious emergence, like us. It's a second dance of appearing and disappearing, a constant reminder that life in its infinite forms is always and forever. Life is eternal, right here, right now. And so it is. It is. And so, knowing that life is eternal, life is a beautiful garden of expression, knowing that each and every one of us is this beautiful flower that we continue to bloom and prosper and create beautiful experiences for ourselves. And what we do is we learn from these beautiful experiences, and that they enrich us, they strengthen us. And that as we continue to grow, we are in the flow. We are in the flow of love, which is that divine self, that divine love that we know to be true. And so, as we are all love, I am just so grateful for this knowledge, for this wisdom that we get to share with one another. All the love, all the flowers that get to grow, and the flowers that we get to pick and pass on. And it is for this and so much more, I just say thank you, God, as together we say, and so it is.
Sing this with me, please. You can play the game, you can act out the part, but you know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with a broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. You just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Come on. Yeah, just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. Plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone. Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel. Always get in the breeze. Let's sing it. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. It's what I'm talking to you about. We sing, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. 'Cause things are gonna be much better if you only will. We're gonna sing that again. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Show them the way that you feel. Show the people you love
Yeah, let me add James Taylor to my genre. Don't you love his song? It was, oh, love it. So I just want to say, thank you, and thank you all for all the craziness that has been happening this morning. And I love that Spirit has been so active in our beautiful service. And so with that, I just want to say thank you, and thank you for giving what you can to allow us to share this beautiful sacred space, to have these beautiful gentlemen in the back to do our technical directing, and these beautiful musicians, even without a capo. So I know we are truly blessed by everyone's presence here today. And please join us, in Harmony Hall afterwards for fellowship and just getting to know each other as a beautiful spiritual community. So I ask you to join me in saying this. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now.
Please stand up and sing with us this closing song. It's in every one of us. We've sung this before, you know this one. To the top. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, by and by. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all have everything without ever knowing how. It's in every one of us, here and now. Bring it up. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both of your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, by and by. Come on, from your toes. Every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both of your eyes. We can all have everything without ever knowing how. It's in every one of us, here and now.
So my blessing is go forth now knowing that the universe is always saying yes to you. Let your thoughts be seeds of abundance, your words be decrees of well-being, and your actions be expressions of love. You are co-creators of your reality, and step into your power and manifest the highest good for yourself and for all. Say with me, I am. God is. And my life is filled with infinite possibilities. And so it is. Mwah. Have a wonderful week, everyone. See you next Sunday.